This is a reading for the sign of Cancer for February. So if Cancer is your sun or moon rising or Venus, this is a general reading for you. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel. It helps you. And there's a little bell right there if you want to be notified every time a video comes out that you want to specifically follow either your sign or looking at other signs. The bell would notify you. I want to thank all of you for supporting the channel, for following the channel. I am a Cancerian, and so when I do this spread, I'm also looking for what's going to happen for me for February, because I'm a double Cancer. So I have all that water. Water signs tend to be very psychic. So if you are psychic and you're aware of that, great. You're in touch with that part of you. If you have hunches and you wonder if you should follow them, look at how to enhance that ability, because there's all that water sign there. Now, when I shuffle the cards, I'm using a different deck today. I'm using the Light Seer deck. And I always do a meditation as I'm shuffling the cards for each sign. What they're saying is, Cancerian, it's time to get out of your shell. This it's the crab. And the tendency for Cancers is when something happens, they crawl into their little shell. And that's why a lot of Cancerians, a real trait is the home, because that's their shell. And like for me also, it's always been really important to have like a base, a home, whatever that could be, wherever and however long that could be. And that's going into our shell. It's saying time to get out of your shell and to get balance in your life. That's what Spirit's, maybe it's for me, but I think it's a general reading. So it could be for you. Time to get out of your shell, get the balance in your life, because changes are coming. And it's important. Oh, I see the teeter-totter. Usually when you see a balance, you see the balance, the scales of justice. But I see the teeter-totter like a children's playground, where you go up and down until you get your balance, which is the apex of it. And so it's getting the balance in your life. And also, the world is changing, and it's important for us to look, I'm seeing a symbol. What I'm seeing, sometimes Spirit, it will say this symbol and it makes me laugh. I see that we're trying to keep up. Like the train is leaving from the station and we're running along the side of the track trying to jump on board. And so it's time to jump on board onto the train, because there are lots of changes going on in our world. So it's not going to be us waiting at the station anymore. It's time to jump onto the train and embrace the changes. As, when you're watching these videos, it shows that you're interested in the spiritual part of your life. And as we go along, it's important for us to see that the world is changing, and we are to be examples of the light, of the source. The two emotions are fear and love. And it's real hard at times because it's easy to get into the fear mode. However, it's also important to be in touch with the love of the source, of the universe, and to express that love to others, to make positive change in the universe. And there are many of you who it's first you start within yourself, and then within the home, your environment. And as it spreads, like the ripple, like the little pebble in the pond, it ripples out. And so it has effect. So as you work on the love for yourself, then it ripples out to those around you and to your community and community can be anything. It can be your town, it can be the people around you. It could be, the community of the world. And the ripple just increases, increases, increases. Be the light. Be the light for your world. That's what the Spirit is saying. Be the light for your world. So I've shuffled the cards, the Light Seers. Then I'm going to pull some Oracle cards. So let's see what we have coming up in the month of February. And the first card is the Hierophant, which is the spiritual. This is the spiritual path, which is just what, the spirit guides have been wanting you to get in touch with. Now, when I do the Celtic Cross with the tarot reading, I put down a layer of cards, and then I put down a second layer for more in-depth. And then the 4 cards along the side, rather than the environment, the feelings of others, etc., and the final outcome, I look at that almost like a time sequence. Then the oracle cards will reinforce the message. So the reading is about your spiritual development, getting in touch with the source. Crossed over by balance. This is the 2 of Pentacles. So it's looking at what are your alternatives, keeping balance. At the base of it is the King of Swords, or the Knight of Swords. Behind you, the 5 of Swords. Now, I really like this card in this deck because look at the crows. Now, in this deck, the 5 of Swords is often disputes, conflict, and see how he's whispering in his ear and the fellow has his hand up. This is the things around you, going on around you now, whispering in your ear. And so there's all sorts of things going on around, lots of, media, for example. And use your filter. What sounds right to you? And there'll be lots of things that, gossip, conflict close to you, conflict in your world. And so that's what the 5, but that's behind you. That is behind you. So, you're getting more balance. What's crowning you? 9 of Swords. What's ahead of you? Oh, look at this. The sun is right ahead. Oh, what comes to mind is the Beatles song, Here Comes the Sun, with Paul McCartney. And I'll chuckle about that one too. When I lived in Portland, Oregon, which we don't have the sun all the time, the weather is very much like the UK. When the springtime comes and the sun would start shining, they would play that Here Comes the Sun on the radio. Like a time of celebration, like here's the sun, that's what that globe is up there, is the sun. So it's, look at this, it's going to be sunny for you coming up. Ace of Swords, if you follow me, you know that one of my favorite cards is the Ace of Swords. It's truth, insight, and it will help you because it brings information to you, and the information, then you can make good decisions. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, moving forward with money. The 5 of Pentacles, still concerned about money. Lots of pentacles here. And you have 2 5s, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Then the final outcome is the Page of Cups. Oh, look at that. And there's the little heart. So you're going to get a message. Could be a message about love. Could be a message about home. And and one of the signs last month, there was lots of cups, and I said, love can come if you want. Part of it is, we have free will, And maybe that's not part of our plan at this time, is to be in a relationship. However, that's the time for self-love. Work on loving yourself. Or if you're in a relationship, working on that relationship to enhance it. And I see, Sunny, and enhancing that relationship and closeness, getting to understand that person and your relationship. With the Page of Cups, we have the Eight of Cups. And so it's a message, and then you didn't have all the information. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. I'll be going over specifically. Five of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles. We have the Page of Cups, the Page of Pentacles. The message is coming. The Knight of Pentacles with the Four of Wands. The Ace of Swords with the Three of Pentacles. Look at all these pentacles. Money, money, money. That's good. And then we have the Five of Wands. So we have a lot of fives. We have the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles so far. I don't see the Five of Cups. Crowning you, we also have the Nine of Pentacles. Well, for the Nine of Swords, that's on your mind. Behind you, the Five of Swords with the Fool. Now, what does that mean, the Fool? It means a beginning. It's a new beginning. It's the beginning of the chapter. We know we talk about I talk about the book, and then the new chapter, you turn the page, and you start writing the new chapter that you are entering into. Knight of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Wands. So you have two nines. You have the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So that was a completion. And crossed over by the Tower. Okay. So let's look at this in depth. What does this mean? You're starting a new chapter. How do I know? You have the Full card and you have two nines, which is like a completion. It's almost there, almost complete. And the Fool was behind you. So your reading today is about spiritual development, keeping your balance with money. And I would also say follow your hunches about prosperity, because the Hierophant is, the source, the universe, your spirit guides, and keeping your balance. So this is information, or it is, keeping your balance, intuitive deciding the path with the help of your spirit guides, balancing your life. And it's also very interesting that I talked about the teeter-totter, that Spirit talked about the teeter-totter, the balance. So this is the balance of life. And so it's part of being, getting out of your shell, but keeping balanced with it and listening to your spirit guides. Then we also have all of your responsibilities and the Tower. Boom. So it can be a change. It could be added responsibilities. It could be a change in your circumstances, which change that, because the Tower is, it's sort of like a push. I look at this now. The Tower is a 16, which is a 7, which can also be the spiritual, and if you look at numerology. So it could be also okay, I see the door opening, and we have free will, the direction you want to go. So if you want to get more spiritual depth, more insight, it's possible. And there will be ways that that can present itself, and it will help you in providing guidance through circumstances or situations. So it can be signs, it can be things that come to you, it can be synchronicity, and you go, wow, well, thank you. And, it's almost like direction from your spirit guides. Or it can be things that were overwhelming for you or are going to be more responsibilities in the tower. It can be a change, it can be addition. But the tower is sort of like you get complacent and spirit saying, okay, we're going to give you a little push now. Time to start the new chapter. You've coasted it, long enough. Now it's time to step out of your little shell and move forward. That's what it's, you're going to be moving forward. So it's like, hang on, because it's like Disneyland almost. Is it the D ticket, the biggest ride they have? You're in the line for that ride, and you're going to be on that ride, and it isn't the little merry-go-round or It's a Small World. It's like, come on, it's going to be charging forward. That's what's going to be coming up for everybody in the next time coming, that things are going to be changing rapidly. And it's like you got in the line, you got that ticket at Disneyland. That's the big ride. And this is what it is, the big ride. And lots of responsibilities, but not anything more than you can handle. You may be called upon to do things that you thought that you couldn't manage all of that. But it's you getting more confident in your abilities in whatever endeavor, work, home, family. I get also that some of you, people are going to look towards you as a muse almost, to come to for advice, whether it be work or just your wisdom. And at first you, because you're a little bit reserved, some of you may not be comfortable with it, but you are going to be stepping out more as things change, that people will look at your wisdom, and that there's a sense of calmness about you that people will appreciate. So there's going to be changes in how you are perceived and how you perceive yourself. Because the balance of this is, the Knight of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. The Knight of Swords is sort of like, come on, time to move forward. Like the train is leaving the station. Well, this is the motorcycle waiting for you. Come on. And the Wheel of Fortune, trusting the universe, getting involved in the universe. It's almost like, cast your bread upon the water, get engaged. And this is a prevailing message that's coming today. Get engaged. Be part of. You've observed, now it's time to be part of the world. And to be a person of, a muse almost. And it can be around you. You can be a mentor or a wise person for a variety of people, from the little child, if you have children around you, that you can share things with, to a mentor at work, to family members, and it's getting confident with yourself. And as the world unfolds, it's being calm and showing that it's like being in the flow. And that's what you're going to be showing, is that be in the flow and know that you will be like a guiding beacon for many people as they see how you are going forward, being in the flow. Because what's behind you is a new chapter. You heard some things, whispers in your ear, and it's almost like you decided to move on, or there's a new beginning, and you're going forward, and that's behind you now. You heard this, and you're like, I don't think I want to go that direction, or oh, that's what's been going on. Okay, thanks for the information, Spirit. Now I'm going to go on a new chapter. So it's moving forward, no longer hanging on to things that no longer serve you. And so it's moving forward, because what's on your mind is the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. So it can be some unfair dealings. The Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles is almost having the money, reaching out, looking forward to it. And the Nine of Pentacles is the feelings that you have of a situation that wasn't very fair, or that it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to as you're reaching forward. Now, for me, as a Cancer, I'm not going to bring all of this up, but there's been some situations, like we all have, that, it's very important to be prudent. And there's lessons. And the Cancerians, we're the home accepting, sort of like, here, let me help you kind of thing. And after a while, and see, this is what's on your mind, after a while, it's like, okay, I learned that lesson, and it's, there's changes. So this is money and feelings about, just about had it, but it's, it's still without your reach, or there was some issues about it, and you are feeling those things. And it has to do with a money situation. It can be anything. It can be that from going to a business thing, a contract, and the interest rate is higher than they said it was going to a business dealing with, let's say you're going to buy a house, and when you get in there, you find out that they weren't honest about the roof or something. It's or work, and you didn't get the bonus you thought you were going to get. It's all sorts of money sort of transition, and you're just sort of reaching, and when things happen, the other party, if it was dishonest, or there's some sort of, not trickery, but that they were a little unscrupulous or deceptive, or they weren't an even playing field. It will even out eventually. If you just wait, it will even out. They will be accountable. Now, the next thing that's ahead is it's Sunny and the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands is keeping your balance in chaos. Because now I used to, and I still do, look at this card and I think of the Circus du Soleil here in Vegas, and the keeping the balance. If you ever want to see a good show, is amazing how these acrobats can flip around in the air and keep their balance, and that's what they're doing here. So it can be confusion. It can be in a workplace. It can be any kind of confusion, or multitasking situations, and it's still sunny, that you're still managing it. It's just part of living. It doesn't have to be dramatic, but it can be, let's say you're in a workplace and there's all this confusion, but you still are, you are the beacon for people to see how you can maneuver through this. And this is like everyday living, or it can be in a work situation where there's lots of confusion and you don't know from one day to the next what's going to happen. Or it can be related to family confusion, disputes, arguments. But there's the Sun. You're handling it fine. Now, our time frame, we have here information about the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is, this is very good for me. Now I look at it and I just got the insight. Well, I have a whole crew here, by the way, and they're wandering around. This is my new studio. So right below me is Susie. And if you want to see them, I put a little short on my YouTube channel. So Susie, you know, is my little Chihuahua shelter dog, who I got in almost a year ago. And so she's not quite 2. Then I have Nina. You know, Nina reads the cards, and Nina came from Portugal with me, and she flew on the plane. She's there. And then I have Bella, who's 17, whose mama crossed over, and she had to go to a nursing home, and I got Bella at 16. So I have my crew. Okay. So this card is the Three of Pentacles, which is, you know, earning money, you're concerned, maybe you're looking at alternatives. And then the Ace of Swords is information coming to you. That's the insight. And it is cutting through the veil. Then the swords cut through the veil. And then you have the insight so that you can move forward. Now, I look at this card for me with the Three of Pentacles, which is, you know, earning money. You're looking at alternatives. And for me, you know, it can be, maybe you have a project that you want that there's some sort of delay, or you wanted to apply for, like to go to formal education or upgrade your skills, and then you have the information how to do it, or start your own business, or, you know, business transactions, that sort of thing. For me, if you've noticed on my channel, there's no ads. I am still not monetized, and I've been trying with an IT person for almost a year. It has to do when I started in Portugal, and it keeps getting the same message from AdSense. So I get absolutely no compensation at this point. So this, for me, means that now there's knowledge of how we're going to be able to do that, and the money concern. And so I went to a contracting site to ask for help. And so for me, that's what that means. But for other people, it can be other things. It can be information on applying for benefits. It could be legal money. It could be a settlement, an estate, you know, whatever it is for you. Because then we have the Knight of Pentacles, money coming forward in happy celebration. You're moving forward towards money. And there's a happy celebration. And I love the tambourine in the home. And then you're moving forward. It could be a message that says, okay, the money's going to start to flow. We'll open the faucet, and money's going to start to flow to you. Then we have here still some financial concerns with the Five of Pentacles, and a message that you get about the Page of Pentacles. So it could be finances, you know, or a message about money, and you're still concerned about money. Five of Pentacles can be feeling of lack. It can be feeling, you know, and you get a message. So it could be, for example, okay, and this is very typical. Okay, we're increasing your HOA fees, or the water bills are going to be more expensive now, or we're lowering your wages because of what's going on in the globe. Whatever it is, you're going to get a message. And it's, you know, right now, globally, it's affecting people, you know, maybe not enough income, or the price of things is going up. So, you know, it's just your feelings about it, because you're going to get a message. Page of Pentacles, and still some financial concerns. It could even be, we're cutting down the hours where you work. or, that kind of stuff. So it could be an increase in expenses. It could be a decrease in income. And then the final outcome, this is sort of a strange outcome. Not strange, but the Eight of Cups is with the Page of Cups, is that the Page of Cups is a message usually about love or home, and the Eight of Cups is you moving forward, knowing that this has the moon in it, and you're looking towards the horizon because you didn't have all the information. Now with the Page of Cups, you do get the information, so you're moving forward. And you're going to explore more in depth. It can be related to a relationship. It can be related to a home. So for someone, it could be you were in a relationship and you got information. Now, being that you're a water sign, you've had hunches. And the hunches, sometimes we want to ignore things because we don't want to know what they are. But once we know what they are, then we can act on them. And so you've had a hunch about a relationship. And even that maybe the person is a little bit emotionally withheld, or doesn't see you as often, or, that kind of thing. Or something in the home that's going on. And you get the information, which is your Page of Cups, and you're like, okay, well, I can move forward now because things were sort of like hidden, and now I know what they are. I used to compare it to the elephant and the mouse, that sometimes we are so concerned and we don't know what it is and we don't want to face it. But if we open the door of the closet or the room where it's hidden, it's not the elephant, it's actually a mouse, because then you can do something about it, which is your information card, like the Ace of Swords, because then you go, well, I can deal with a mouse. I couldn't deal with an elephant that was so big, but I can deal with a mouse. I've done that before. Or it's not as big, formidable, and I can move forward. And remember the stages of grief, that there's the denial that we think everything is fine. And then we start seeing the little things that are going on, and we want to, like, how can I fix it? How can I fix it? And then the anger and the sadness, and then the final outcome is like, okay, that's the way it is, and I'm just going to move forward. Now, of the stages of grief, you can go back and forth, and you can be in various stages. It doesn't have to be sequential. You can go back and forth. So, whatever you're going through, once you open the door, you realize that you have the skills to handle it. And it could be a relationship, for example, or family, or home. But you go, oh, okay, well, I can deal with that. I've dealt with things before. Now, let's pull some oracle cards. And if you hear these little noises, Susie had decided that she wanted to play with Bella. And Bella's 17. I don't think she's ever been around a dog to play with. And so Susie, being a pup, she thinks they're all her. They want to play with her all the time. Now, one of my new decks that I have for Oracle is Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. I really like the graphics on this. I think that they're beautifully done. And so let's see what cards we have here for Angels and Ancestors. Now, if you go to my calendar, you'll see that I'm blocked off because I'm filming this mid-month, but then 5 days I go have my surgery in the hospital. Well, long story short, I had a total knee replacement failure. I had my knee replaced 6 years ago and it failed. And because it was so bad, then the meniscus in my other knee tore. So I'm having both knees taken care of. So I will be able to be much more mobile and be able to like walk the dogs again and, do all the things that I want to do. And I used to work out at the gym all the time. Not all the time, but, when I worked, I had a trainer. I'd be at the gym at 6 in the morning before work. And I want to be able to be active again. And so I will be having surgery. So my calendar will be blocked off. And then I'll come home and I'll have physical therapy for a while. So when I get done, I've talked about, and I probably will, work at a bookstore in Henderson. And I'll when I start, I'll put the link. You can click on that link. It will take you to the bookstore link, and you can schedule appointments that day for me, and they handle everything. They handle the calendar, the payment, the phones, and so then you call back when it's your appointment time, and boom, it's seamless. So I'm going to be I had to get licensed by the city of Henderson, and I'll be doing readings there after I am more mobile. So that's coming up. So prayers are very appreciated for my healing process. And I have a great doctor who's a fixer. He fixes the work of other doctors. So I will have a fixer, and I'll have a new knee. So it's been a health journey. After that, I have one more thing to take care of, and then I will be a new person. Okay, and angels and archangels and spirit guides. What are our cards for angels and our ancestors? Okay. Okay, and the first card we have is right here. Oops, the lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. And look there's the apple tree. Look at that. Let's read what it says, lady. So this is one of our guides, lady. Okay, 52. I just love the artwork on this. Okay, lady, reap what you have sown and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Grow and expand in all areas of your life. Yes, expand in all areas of your life. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Well, you can be afraid, but, ask for strength and wisdom from your spirit guides. The other one is heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. We talked about love and self-love. And this is heart guardian, and let's see which one this is. Where are you in here? Heart guardian 107. Guardians and messengers. Okay, heart guardian. Welcome with open arms, opportunities to give and receive love. Aha. Okay. And the other one is right here. High Priestess. Harness mystic power. Let's read this one. The High Priestess with the cat. High Priestess. Where are you here? High Priestess 45 here. These are not really, these are by, okay, here we go. High Priestess. There. Align with the light and focus on all things possible. There. Which is true, because If we focus on the positive, that gives energy to the positive. If we focus on the negative, we're enhancing the what we want to avoid and what we want, so it makes it bigger and bigger. What we want to do is, even it's something that we don't embrace, send the light, and then they can decide whether they want to use that or not. Everybody has free will, but send the light, and that will strengthen it. Attract what you want. Speak as though you have it right now. Oh, they're settling down. We have a nap time here. We have 2 little fur babies taking naps right down here. Okay. Now, wisdom of the oracle. Wisdom of the oracle. Usually these 2 are laying in my lap. That's why they're here, because when I'm in my chair, they're in my lap sleeping. But Susie, the baby, she wants under the blanket where it's warm. Okay. Angels and archangels. Okay. Oh. For our Cancerians, it also says to do something that you enjoy doing, just for the experiences of doing it. Like, if you like to go to a certain genre of music, like try to find a ticket and go. Or if you like to hike, go for a hike. Something that's going to build up and give you a moment of zen, where you're totally in the moment, and that will help your energy, because you want to put positive in your life as well. And our card that we have right here, imagine. You can manifest whatever you want. What do you want? You can manifest it. Well, I have manifested what where I am right now. And I feel very fortunate. It's the kind of little house that I'm renting, but I love the little town that I'm in, and this little house that's 95 years old. I want to start seeing if there's any orbs around, like my house that I had in Portugal. And this little town was built for the workers that worked on Hoover Dam. And it was supposed to be torn down when they completed the project, but then the people bought the houses because it was during the Depression. And so it's, I'm in the old part, the original part. And it's got great vibes. Angels and archangels. This is believing your own magic. So let's see what magic that you're going to create here, our wonderful Cancerians. Okay. Nostalgia. Focus on the here and now. Focus on the here and now. And this goes along. Confidence. It comes with time and practice. It comes with time and practice. There, and that's getting out of your shell. In the future, I'm going to have the readings out before the 1st. So by the 1st of each month, you will have the readings for all the signs, so you'll know what's coming up for that month. Eventually, I want to do mid-month again. And then once I'm monetized, I want to start doing some group things like on Google Meet or Zoom or something like that, a forum where we can have more of an exchange of ideas and so this is coming up now that I'm getting my health back and getting my energy back. It's been 2.5 years that my energy has been low, but now it's building back up. Now, the last card we're going to pull is for you for your meditation for the month of February. It's the Starlight card. So thank you so much, Cancerian, for your support of the channel. And, this is the February reading for Cancerians. And thank you for your support. Please subscribe, comments, likes. It all helps the logarithms. And share your, with your friends if they want to find out what's going on in their signs. Okay. And, and my readings, that you can tell, are still a lot of help with my spirit guides. I always ask what messages they have. Okay, so your meditation card for the month of February is right here. Boundaries. Put a ring around yourself and your energies. I was just talking to someone about that. That's important. It's part of our Cancerian thing. Okay, so the boundaries are, honor yourself too. Okay, thank you so much. And until March, from Boulder City, Nevada, Susie and Bella and Nina and I are sending you light and love. Thank you.